Hello everyone, Cicely It's So White here again. I've got another brand new mould to introduce today. This is for cake pops. Isn't that absolutely fantastic? So you got the half spheres, little half spheres, perfect cake pop size. Absolutely brilliant. I'd recommend putting this on a baking tray because it is so bendy. If you're trying to put it in the oven like that, you might spill it and drop it and you don't want that. Right, really easy again. Victoria sponge, 3/4 full, in the oven, cake pops done. Fantastic. And then when they're cooled, we're going to sandwich them together with a little bit of buttercream and then dip them in chocolate. But you can do them in anything you want. You can sandwich them together with chocolate. It's totally up to you. Do a little ganache. So these are so easy. 1, 2. So probably a teaspoon each on this would probably be a good idea. I lightly greased it before I started, I should have mentioned that first. It's just such a light amount of grease I put on it, barely any. If you've got some cake tin sprays, they're quite good as well on these. Put a little bit more in there. And there's an odd number in this tray, which makes it brilliant because you're going to have to test one before you sandwich them together, just to make sure that it tastes perfect. Quite nice having the liberty of an odd one, just so you can taste it. Right, that is how easy it is. Right, when just push it down so it can fill out a bit. Get the air out. Right, that is how simple it is. Fill it. The halves of the cake pops just come out of the oven, and again with the silicone moulds, try and get the cake out when they're warm. They just come out a lot better and you don't have to try really hard to get them out. So again, what I'm going to do is just, for all of them, just pull the silicone just to loosen it away from the edges, because if you do this they tend to just pop out a lot easier. So just sort of have a bit of a play with the silicone. It's good and bendy, so you're not going to break it by doing this. Remember, for the silicone, don't use knives because knives will just go straight through this. I've done that with a couple of moulds, completely by accident. Luckily, not where the cake went, I did it through that section. But it's not very fun to have knife marks in your bakeware. Right, okay, so that's all done. Right, okay. I just like with the teddy bears that I've done before. Just going to turn them over. I'm just going to sort of lightly push the back, and they should, with any luck, I say, hopefully come out. Yes! Ta-da! Right, half a cake pop. Absolutely fantastic. So wait for those to cool down, sandwich them together and put a stick through them and they'll be absolutely gorgeous. But if you want, you can cut them down. Whoop, you can cut them down, or you don't need to really. I think they're going to look absolutely gorgeous. So the cake pops have come out, I've let them cool down. They're absolutely gorgeous. What I've done is where sort of, as you can see on this one, it's got a slight bulge to it. So what I've done for all the rest is just cut off the bulge. So when they sandwich together, they will fit perfectly each other. And don't worry if it's too messy because you're going to sandwich it, so it's not too much of a worry. Okay, so the first step is to sandwich the two pieces together. And what you can use, well, you can use jam if you want, if you like, if you want to make a sort of Victoria sponge cake pop, which is always quite nice. What I'm going to use is some strawberry flavoured buttons, because I'm going to make some pink cake pop. So I've melted down the gorgeous sort of pink chocolate. But it smells amazing, gorgeous sort of strawberry smell. So I use a teaspoon to sandwich them together. So it's quite simple. Take one half, put some chocolate, or whatever you want to use. Chocolate ganache is really good. So this chocolate is quite thin. So you see it's already slipping off. And then what you can do is put that in the fridge and that will harden off really nicely, or if it's a cool day you just leave it out. And then the best way and then you take the stick, put some of the same chocolate on that, so you've got some on there, and then push it through the side and make sure you go into the second half because you need it to be on both. And then if it's coming out, just wipe it off a bit. That'll be fine. And then just leave to harden up, or put them in the fridge depending on how hot or cold your kitchen is. And you just do that with all of them.